Welcome to the Shelby TV broadcast of Utica Chieftain football. I'm here with Mike Ventimiglio. I'm Adam Zellick. Tonight, the Chieftains take on the Rochester Falcons. It is the season opener, and of course, the home opener here at Swinehart Field. Mike, last time these two teams played last year, it was 38-7. Of course, two different teams here somewhat as these teams square off with a fresh start.
Yeah, it's a brand new season. It's hard to believe it's already high school football season time. I don't know where the summer went, but anyway, we are going to get started here tonight, special Thursday edition. But after talking to Coach Tony Smith and Coach Eric Vernon of Rochester High School, a lot of players coming back from last season on both sides, and Coach Tony Smith, he referred to that loss last year, that 38-7 loss. And the big key last year in that first half was that they had too many turnovers, and that cost them and got Rochester rolling, and basically could not get them. Utica could not stop them after that.
Absolutely, way too many turnovers, and he said, of course, one of the main keys of this game is limit those turnovers, and hopefully they can do that tonight. Of course, a hot one here. As you said, it doesn't seem like football weather. Where did the summer go? But I'm not going to complain too much. Never complain about nice weather.
Nope, because you know what's going to happen in a couple more weeks.
Absolutely, and here is the kickoff, a short kickoff, turned by Utica, and gets to the 27-yard line. And here comes the Utica offense for the first time tonight, of course, led by senior quarterback Jack Flater. He finished off the season good last year as the Chieftains won their last 3 games. That was good to see. And so hopefully, they can carry that over into this game and this new season. And Flater has the confidence to lead his team this year.
Yep, his Jack Flater he's a senior this year, so going to have a little bit more confidence. And like Coach Tony Smith said, the way the offense goes is the way this team goes. So we'll see how everything can roll together at the start of this first.
And first and 10 here for the Chieftains, a run on the first play. A pickup of about 2 yards.
And again, we talked to Tony before the game, and we're talking about how Jack didn't throw as much in the first couple games of the season, and he referred to the offensive line and how well the offensive line has beefed up this season with a couple key additions.
Yeah, a lot of injuries in the offensive line last year, but the line's looking a little bit better this year, which hopefully will allow the offense to do a little bit more of what they want to. And here is second down for the Chieftains. Oh, and drops a ball here on the snap. He'll get it back, though, but a big loss of yards there. A tough play for the Chieftains. And like you said, limit those mistakes. And there's a big mistake right there off the bat.
That's exactly what we were talking about right there. And, again, the offensive line's got 4 new guys on that line. So they're definitely going to dictate the pace of this, of the way the line goes for Utica. But that's not the way you want to start this football game. You've got to limit those turnovers, and it's a big loss of down.
Third and very long here for the Chieftains. Ball at the 13-yard line. 10:35 left here in the first quarter. And Flater takes a snap, a pitch to the outside. And picks up maybe a yard or two there. McRunnels with the carry. And the Chieftains will be forced to punt here on their first possession.
Rochester's defense, that was one of the big keys they said too, is they want to take away the run from the Utica Chieftains. And so far on that drive, Utica had nothing going for themselves.
And as you see here, the Chieftains got new helmets on, a little bit different than last year.
Yep, new helmets, new jerseys.
That's a nice little look there for them. Here are the Chieftains with the punt. Decent punt to the 49-yard line. And it looks like he's got some room for the return here. And a return by Rochester to the 31-yard line. And they're going to have good field position here in the first quarter, 9:39 left, as the Rochester Falcons offense comes out for the first time. This offense is led by Kevin Bird, the senior quarterback.
And he was very effective last season as well for the Rochester Falcons.
Absolutely, this kid's pretty talented. And as we talked to head coach Eric Vernon of Rochester, he said he really wants to control the line of scrimmage and finish each game, as you said before. He's got a lot of players returning, so this is a talented team out here.
Yeah, he's got that whole front 7 on the D returning, and I believe he said 6 on the offensive side. And
incomplete pass there on first down. Second and 10 upcoming for the Falcons. .36 left in the first quarter, and there's a fumbled snap. And there it is. Rochester now makes a mistake here, but gets the ball back. But that's a wasted down. So it looks like it'll be a 3rd and 11 upcoming from the 34-yard line for the Rochester Falcons.
Yeah, they were able to recover that. Chieftains got down in there in that scrum.
9:20 left here in the first quarter, 0-0 ball game. Third play of the drive here for the Falcons. And they'll look to pass it. He's got a receiver. And he'll pick up the first down and more, looks like.
That's number 80, Mike Halsey with the catch.
Yeah, nice catch there. Look up real quick to pick up that first down and get some extra yards after he catches it. And a nice play by the Falcons there to pick up that first down.
Those little short passes hurt Utica a lot last season as well.
Absolutely. You get a team there with 3rd and long, and that's where you got to get your stops for sure, but Falcons find a way to convert there. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. And another fumbled snap.
And I think Utica might have
it. Looks like Utica might have it. Rochester's saying they have it, though.
And they could be right, yeah.
Yep, Rochester, number 73 there, comes up with it. Kyle Walker for the Falcons. And they'll maintain possession.
The big man just dropping right on that football to recover it.
See that again. Just falls right on it. Almost there.
And that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do, definitely. When that fumble
don't try
goes
to
down,
pick it
just
up
drop right down and get that football.
8:10 left here in the first quarter. And here's the handoff to the outside. Breaks some arm tackles and gets back to about the line of scrimmage, it looks like.
Dimitri McGee. So the Chieftains defense, though, holding down here, trying to stop the Rochester Falcons from getting 7.
Yeah, it's hard when you start off backed up there, but here's the run again. And a nice run to the outside. Breaks a couple tackles, but the Chieftains do a good job of pursuing and getting over there, getting enough guys that they stop them.
We got a timeout, I think, here by the Chieftains.
Oh, timeout for the Falcons here.
Falcons here. I thought the way that they were pointing over to the Chieftains that they called a timeout.
Oh, I think they're saying Chieftains timeout. Yep, okay. Changed it again. Chieftains timeout there. There's a signal.
Coach Tony it looked like he's seen something defensively that he wanted to change something up.
Well, a 3rd down upcoming here for the Rochester offense. Of course, the Chieftains looking to stop them here. If they can keep them to 3 or even 0, that would be great for them here on this first drive for the Rochester offense.
Coach Tony Smith.
And yet again, you get a nice look of those new helmets there.
New hats.
I like it. Yeah, the new hats, everything.
He even had the Adidas shoes with the orange.
Yeah.
The Utica Chieftain orange.
They're looking nice. 7:28 left here in the first quarter. 3rd and 10 for Rochester from the 18-yard line. Still a 0-0 ball game.
Need a big stop here.
Rochester in the shotgun. Looking for a receiver. He's got nowhere to go, and he fumbles it. Chieftains ball.
I'm not sure what Kevin Bird was thinking there.
That was nice.
It looked like he was going to try to throw it away, and then it got taken down, and then obviously lost control of the ball as he only had one hand on it.
Absolutely.
Not a good decision at all on that part, but
No, great
Again,
play by the defense there. It looked like coverage was a big part of that too. He had nowhere to go with it.
No, he had no place to go, definitely. But again, he looked like he was gonna try to get rid of it and throw it to the sideline, but got taken down and lost control of the football.
Hey, here it is again. Looking, nowhere to go. Tries to take it himself, but Chieftains
No,
everywhere.
I'm wrong. I was wrong. He had it tucked in, and when one of the Chieftains there.
Yeah, nice recovery
with
by
his hand.
Von Zitwitz. Here's the Chieftain offense on first down. The handoff up the middle. I believe that's McReynolds again with the carry. Nice pickup of a couple yards. Looks like McReynolds is tired. He needs a sub. So a different running back staff here than we had last year. Last year was we had Jacob Roberts, and he was a senior. He left. Now we have
that big tight end that they had.
Von Zitwitz was
who you mentioned before that. Jacob Roberts.
Jacob Roberts. Yeah. He was the senior. He left, and now they have a new running back by committee this season. And there's Flater getting taken down for a big sack. .6:26 left here in the first quarter. Still 0-0 ball game. And the Chieftains will have another long third down. Here it is again. Nowhere to go with it and just tucks it, which is at least a smart move. You don't want to turn it over.
Nope, not at all.
Especially right there by your own end zone. So a long third down here for the Chieftains.
We should mention Mitchell Von Zitwitz, listed in the Detroit News, one of the top 20 players in Macomb County.
And here's a big run up the middle. Unfortunately, not enough for the first down, but a nice run still. I believe that's Levi Jackson.
Yeah, it was.
And he's more of their big play running back, I think. I think they go to McReynolds for the plays up the middle, and this kid try to stretch it out, kind of their thunder and lightning type of duo here at the running back position.
And they had that last year. They had the two combinations as well.
Yes, of Jacob Roberts and Devontae Hall.
Yes, and it seems like that is the way that.
A high snap here on the punt. That's not good. He still punted out, and still a decent punt from there.
And they're not going to touch.
All right, let it bounce.
So Utica.
That'll get down to the 46-yard line there, and that's a great punt from after that. Good job by the punter there to recover, get the ball out.
Definitely. He took a mistake and turned it into a positive.
Yeah, great job by Gepper there to pick that up, keep his composure, and still get a very good punt off. I mean, that was a 50-yard punt. And here it is again.
Not panicking at all.
That was
either.
over 50 yards. You know, nice, takes in the Chieftain-friendly bounce.
What I was going to say, though, about the running game for the Chieftains is it seems like in all of football that they're a lot more, even in the pro game, that they're going more into running back by committee the last couple of seasons. So
absolutely, you're right.
It's developed here in high school as well, even more.
1st and 10 here for the Falcons at the 46-yard line. 4:56 left here in the first quarter. Here's a handoff up the middle, and he's got some room, and even runs over a Chieftain defender to get down to the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down for the Falcons.
Tyler Carden using that big body to get in there.
Yeah, nice strong runner there. He hit that hole really quick, and he wasn't trying to go around defenders. He was trying to go right through them, and he actually did go right through one.
You could tell he's got some big legs right there. He just trucked right through.
Yeah, let's see this again. A nice hole opens for him. He gets there quick, and boom, runs Young over there. Pick up that first down. Another first down here. Another run up the middle. And another good run here. And the ball's loose.
I think the Chieftains might.
Hard to tell which way that one went. Up, and the Falcons will keep the ball there.
They do.
Demetrius McGee with the carry. Also, he recovers his own fumble.
I believe it was Shane
Shadiah.
Who, on that carry, got about 6 yards and then fumbled it. And then, as you said, Demetrius McGee was able to recover it for the Rochester Falcons.
Another first down here for the Falcons. And another run up the middle, and he hits that hole again. Trying to get the ball free, but doesn't. And the Falcons here are just pounding that ball up the middle. And right now the Chieftains can't stop it. That's 3 runs right in a row.
Blake Federhoff, I should say.
Federoff, yeah.
Using all the running backs and just, again, running back by committee. And here's Blake, gets the handoff, pushes his way right through. Chieftains can't stop it. You got to have more blocking up there on that front line. And again, you know, when you have a couple younger players out there, there's going to be mistakes. So they're going to have to learn. They're going to have to learn quickly.
Absolutely. Another handoff there, and this time a Chieftains there ready for it.
Number 25.
Yeah, nice tackle there.
Number
by number 35, Michael Mayday, the linebacker. Here it is again, just picks it up right away. And that's good. That's what they're going to have to do here, because if not, Rochester will keep running it right up the middle. Second down here for the Falcons. And another run up the middle. He's got some space.
And that's the one that started it all for Rochester. Number 40, Tyler Carden, with another big successful run. As you see, number 4, Sam Goper.
And this Rochester offensive line having a day so far, just doing a great job of opening up those holes up the middle for their running backs. And it's really making the Falcons have a big success here running the ball. First and goal here from the 3-yard line. 2:42 left in the first quarter. Still a 0-0 ball game. And here's the run up the middle again. Doesn't look like he got much on that one, though.
No, he didn't. It looks like he might have maybe got about a yard on it.
And that was Tyler Carton again with the carry. Chieftains looking to make a goal line stand here. If they can keep Rochester down to just a field goal, I'm sure they would love that at this point.
Well, this is where the Chieftains need to dig down deep right here and get this stop. And halt Rochester from getting into that end zone.
Second and goal here from Rochester.
Another fumble. Nope.
Handoff off the middle.
Handoff off the middle. It looked like he lost control of the football, but another stop by the Chieftains and third down now.
All they need is one more stop here, and chances are Rochester will kick a field goal at that point. But Chieftains so far making a good goal line stand. See if they could do it again on third down. 1:30 left here in this first quarter. 0-0 ball game as Rochester looks to put the first points up on the board here tonight.
We got timeout by Rochester. I believe so.
Timeout Chieftains, I believe, again. Yep, timeout Chieftains there. Coach Tony Smith calls a timeout. He wants to make sure his defense is nice and prepared for this third down here. Try to keep some points off the board. This is an important play, so use your timeouts if you have to.
I think you're definitely. I think you're going to see them go for another run here, Rochester.
Absolutely, and I wouldn't blame them. They've had success so far. A minute 20 left in the first quarter. A drive that started off at their own 46-yard line for Rochester, and only 3 more yards to get to that end zone.
Let's see what they're made of here. The Chieftains, as you see Coach Eric Vernon talking some strategy with his team before they get set on this down.
Yeah, we'll see what the Falcons try to run here. Of course, I would have to expect that Carton there in the backfield is going to get the ball, but who knows as they're going to 3 running backs here. And there it is. He's got it. And touchdown for the Falcons. And Rochester will take an early lead here, 6-0 over the Chieftains with 1:16 left in the first quarter.
Well, right there, the defense, they got to get some stops. They turned a negative into a positive off of that miscue on the punt. Got it down to about the 55-yard line or so, and they just couldn't hold Rochester back, and Rochester just kept using their running back by committee and got it right down there and got that touchdown.
Absolutely, and there's Rochester to add on the extra point to make this game 7-0. Yeah, just a great running game there by Rochester, mainly Tyler Carton, and here it is again. Just takes it right up the middle, and that line clearing holes for him. And the Chieftains are going to have to stop that run up the middle if they want a chance here today, because otherwise, why would Rochester go away from it?
Yep, not a lot of throwing either in that series for the Rochester Falcons. Just going with that running by committee, and again, they had the football practically in the middle of the field. So I mean, they just marched right down the field and got in for 7. So the Chieftain defense has to be a lot better from this point on if the Chieftains are going to win this football game. They put a lot of work and time and effort so far into the season.
That's the thing, they can't panic yet. It's only one touchdown.
Exactly.
Go out there and keep doing your thing. Chieftains like to run the ball a lot. Go back out there, keep doing it. A minute 16 left here in the first quarter. Rochester Falcons with the lead over the Chieftains, 7-0. Chieftains ready to receive this kick here.
The Tomahawks are out tonight, Adam.
Absolutely. Here's a return for the Chieftains from about the 22-yard line. And a decent return, gets to about the 34-yard line. And here comes the Chieftain offense again.
Number 32, Jason Groman with the return.
And so far they haven't, Rochester hasn't really kicked the ball too deep yet for a good return for Utica.
Well, this is where I want to see Jack Flater try to put it in the air a little bit if they can.
Yeah, I would like to see that too. Jack Flater had some success, especially at the end of the year last year when they let him throw, and it'd be nice to see that. Here's a run up the middle to McReynolds. Not much of a gain there. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Chieftains from the 34-yard line in the last minute here of the first quarter.
Andre McReynolds with that run there. Not a lot on it, and didn't get any yardage at all as he's stopped by the Rochester defensive line. Number 54 for Rochester, Zach Libby, I should say, with the stop on the Chieftains.
And here's the Chieftains on 2nd down for what might be the last play of the first quarter. Flater's rolling out. He's got a receiver on the sideline. He catches it. And there's a nice first down and gets down to the 47-yard line.
Sam Viper with the catch.
A nice catch by Gepper there. Pick up that first down. And 24 seconds left here in the first quarter. Well, there it is. We want to see Flater throw the ball.
Well, he had him wide open right here in the slot.
A nice rollout, nice pass to the sideline. Perfect pass, really. A good job by Gepper there to get open.
It was a nice throw, wide open, right in his hands.
1st and 10 for the Chieftains from the 48-yard line. And here is the handoff. Picks up maybe a yard there on the carry.
Andre McReynolds again. I don't know if they're going to use their last time out here or not. It doesn't look like they're going to. Well, why would you anyway? You're going to the second quarter, so.
And they'll let the clock run out here. That is the end of the first quarter. Rochester Falcons leads 7-0 over the Chieftains. We'll be right back with more Utica Chieftain football. Welcome back for the second quarter. Chieftains with the ball here at midfield, 2nd and 9. And here's Flater looking to pass. He's got a receiver over the middle, and that's an interception. And he's still going. He's got to the outside. And he finally gets taken down at the 39-yard line, and a big play there for the Rochester Falcons. Flater throws it a little high. It gets tipped up. And Rochester comes up with it.
Aaron Morgan with the interception.
And that's a tough one there. You get a big play to get you some yards to pick up that first down when they completed that nice long pass there. You try to pass it again, it just gets tipped up. There it is. Morgan with the interception, and a great run after the catch there, too, off that interception. Get his team in good field position again.
Well, he threw it into coverage, double coverage, and it got tipped.
Yeah, he forced it a little bit there, for sure.
He forced it a little bit, too much on that attempt, and tried to do maybe a little bit too much. But
looks like they're saying he was down there.
Is that what?
Yeah, bringing it. Yeah, I think they were saying he was down there initially when it looked like it was close. His knee kind of went down. It didn't look like he was, but I'm not quite sure. Either way, it will be 1st and 10 for the Falcons from their own 44-yard line. And here's the handoff up the middle again. This time, Chieftains were ready for it.
And swallowed up big time. Yes, they were. They were ready as soon as they number 40, Tyler Carden, crossed over. And that's what the Chieftains need to do. They need to just shut down that run. Number 84, Will Young with the stop.
Absolutely. You can't let a team just shove the ball down your throat up the middle there over and over again. You got to stop that and force them to do some other things and go outside a little bit on you, because otherwise you're just going to get killed the whole game like that.
You got to stop the run. Because then it makes, obviously, Rochester then having to possibly throw the ball a little bit more if the run's shut down.
2nd down here for the Falcons. He's looking for a pass. He's got a receiver over the 50. And he'll get down to about the 43-yard line.
Shane Shadaya with the catch. A nice throw, similar to the play that Utica ran about their last series. Got wide open in that slot. Turned the corner, was able to get a nice catch right to his hands.
And that'll be a 1st down for the Falcons here from the 44-yard line. 10:45 left in the 1st quarter. Rochester holding on to that 7-0 lead.
Rochester last year went 5-4 on the year. So they're looking to try to get off to a good start this season as well.
Absolutely. Here's a handoff again. Up the middle to Carton.
That's the guy that the Chieftains are going to have to stop. I mean, he's obviously getting the brunt of all the carries pretty much for the Rochester Falcons. Take a look at that replay here. It's the handoff. It just trucks it right through the middle. And then the Chieftains, number 20, able to get the stop. Andre McReynolds.
2nd and 4 here for the Falcons.
Offsides.
And, yep.
He bought it.
And they were definitely trying to get him off there. You could tell right away that was their plan. And they did it, and there you go. You gave away a free 1st down. You can't be doing that.
Michael Madej, he's a junior. Yeah, you can't be doing that, definitely. And he knows what he did wrong. He bought what Rochester was selling, and he jumped off sides.
So a 1st and 10 here for the Falcons now from the 33-yard line. 9:41 left in the 2nd quarter. And here's the handoff to Carton again up the middle. Runs over one defender, picks up a couple of yards. And Carton is just running hard here tonight.
Tony Colombo with the stop.
I mean, you gotta somewhat enjoy how Tyler Carton's running here. He gets to the hole quick. He puts his head down and he'll run you right over.
He's just moving those legs, puts his shoulders and head down, and just trucks it through. And Colombo was there to make sure that he didn't get more than he did, more than 3 yards on the play.
2nd and 7 here for the Rochester Falcons from the 30-yard line. And they'll look to pass here. He's got a receiver wide open. And he'll get down to about the 12-yard line. A nice pass there. And that's the thing.
Zach Gordon
Demetrius McGee
with the catch. And again, another almost similar play that they ran earlier, except on the other side.
You see here, just wide open there on that slant. And that's the thing. Now the Chieftains are looking for that run. And when you run the ball, when you're so successful running the ball up the middle like that, then you can easily get wide open, receivers. The team's expecting you to run the ball.
Exactly.
1st and 10 here for the Falcons from the 18-yard line. 8:33 left in the half. And here's another run up the middle. He's got some space. He'll get taken down inside the 10-yard line.
So Rochester, they're passing the ball well. They're running the ball well. The Chieftains so far have not come up with any answers as of yet in this football game. And they need to find some answers very quickly here.
And like head coach of the Rochester Falcons, Eric Vernon, said, he wants to control the line of scrimmage, and so far he has absolutely dominated the line of scrimmage.
Yes, they have. There's nothing really the Chieftains have done to answer it. It looked like he's offsides on the Rochester side.
It looks like a false start there on Rochester. And they'll be moving 5 yards back. So a 1st and 15 now for Rochester. Looking to take a 2-score lead here in the first half. And there it is again. Just looks like both sides of the line for Rochester jumped.
And that's one thing that Chieftains do not want to go into the second half down 14-0. They need to get a big stop here, maybe a turnover to boost their morale here for this team, because right now they look like they're not playing with a lot of spirit at all either.
And here's a pitch to the outside, and touchdown Rochester. They'll go up 2 touchdowns here in the second quarter. A nice carry there by Blake Federhoff. And Rochester now leads 13-0.
Off that turnover, too, off that interception, they truck right down to the field and get that touchdown. And it's now a 14-0 football game.
That's the thing, when you're expecting to run up the middle, they pitch it to the outside, and that's where they got him. A whistle here.
And again, off a turnover. And that's what happened last season. I mean, you hate to keep harping about last season because there's a lot of new kids on this. Let's take a look at this replay.
Just great blocks on the outside and opens up a hole for him, and he hits it. And the Chieftains' defense has got to be better than that.
Offensive line does this job, but again, you hate to keep talking about last season because there's a lot of new kids on this team too. So it's not fair to talk about last season, but this is going the way last season was so far in this first game, where turnovers cost the Chieftains points, and then on that second one, that interception, and Rochester was just able to come right down and turn it into a positive for themselves.
And here's Rochester again as they try to, for the second time, add on this extra point. And it's good. So Rochester now has a 14-0 lead over Utica. 7:47 left in the second quarter. The Chieftains need to answer here on offense. Like you said, can't turn the ball over. So offense has got to take care of the ball here.
Well, it's all a decision process too. I mean, Jack Flater, we know he could throw the ball. We know he can command this football game. He probably did a little bit too much on that last series, and it happens. The thing is he can't panic either. He's got to come back out here now and take control of this game for his team and be the leader. And I know for sure he probably definitely will come out here and try to get things going for his football team. A lot of new faces also on the coaching staff of the Chieftains. Coach Mark Malig, the only mainstay from last year, and Coach Tony Smith, the head coach of the Utica Chieftains.
Yeah, a lot of changes otherwise, definitely. And Utica gets ready to receive here again. Down 14-0. Here's the kick. Return from the 25-yard line for the Chieftains, and get some room on the outside, and a nice return there to the 49-yard line.
Nice juke there by number 32, Jason Groman. So let's see what the Chieftains could do out of this, Adam. I mean, 7:42, plenty of time to get down the field and try to get 7 for their team and get back in this football game.
Absolutely, plenty of time, and if you score here, you can make it a one-score game, or even putting 3 points up. You're still in this game. Don't panic yet. Keep calm and just try to put some points on the board. 1st and 10 here for the Chieftains from their own 49-yard line. 7:42 left in this first half.
What do we got here? They don't have enough players on the field, Rochester, and they're going to get penalized, I believe, here.
There's a mistake.
Did they call a timeout in time?
I think they got the timeout out.
They only had about 8 players on the field.
Yeah, I was like, something's not right here. It's not looking right. But they noticed that.
Usually you get caught for too many men, not for not men.
Yeah,
not
I know.
Enough.
Exactly. As the Chieftains, I would have snapped the ball real quick there and took advantage of it, but I'm sure they were kind of confused too. Well, 7:42 left here in this second quarter. Chieftains looking to put their first points on the board. There's Coach Tony Smith talking it over with his team. I like the new helmets. What do you think about them?
They look nice. I like them. I like. The one with the U shape was too much Miami Hurricanes.
Exactly. I like it that it's like a fresh, their own logo.
Yeah. Kind of going back to the throwback of what they had, but a little bit larger of the Indian feathers.
1st and 10 here for Flater.
Offsides.
And false start there by the Chieftains.
Yeah, you just can't have those type of things happen.
Will Young there looks like the guy who jumps.
And those are the things they have to try to overcome from this point on, try to limit those penalties.
1st and 15 now for the Chieftains. Flater with 3 wide receivers here. And they'll look to pass here.
They're wide open.
Nice pass, and gets almost to the first down marker there. Nice catch by Sam
Kuiper with the catch.
And a nice throw there. He had a couple receivers he could have tried downfield, but he kind of checked it down there and threw a nice safe pass to the sideline. And they get up to the line quick here and run another play. A nice run up there by the McRunnels up the middle.
And there you go. Chieftains with 2 straight plays with some big yardage for themselves. Try to get things going, play a little loose here. Take it slow and down by down and try to get down there. Let's take a look at this throw here. Flater.
Nice and patient and gets it out to his receiver.
Yes, he looked very patient back there in the pocket, not panicking, no pressure on him. He was able to connect.
1st and 10 here for the Chieftains from the 36-yard line. 6:57 left in the second quarter. 3 wide here for the Chieftains. And Flater bootlegs out left. He's got a receiver and another completion. I think that was Mitchell Von Zitwitz with the catch. Yes, it was.
Nice throw, nice catch. And the Chieftains.
Another first down. See that one more time. Nice rollout by Flater there. Quickly finds Von Zitwitz. And a nice catch by Am.
And Von Zitwitz did the right thing right there. Put his head down, turned. He knew he was going to get some contact. Tucked the ball in and went down and got the first down for the Chieftains.
1st and 10 here for the Chieftains from the 25-yard line, looking to put up their first points of the game still. And they're going to look to pass again, and then a little bit of a trouble.
No, his hand was already back. That's an incomplete pass. His hand was already back looking to throw. That was a correct call.
Yeah, the Falcons got in the backfield so quick there. Flater didn't even stand a chance from his blind side.
Correct call, definitely, as he went back, had his hand back. It's definitely an incomplete pass.
Yeah, the only thing that was whether it landed behind him or not, but.
Well, we won't count that.
But no, it looked like
Referee
it was.
made the right call.
It looked like it was even with him. No, so that was the only thing it was hard to tell. And here comes Flater again on 2nd down.
The Chieftains got to shake that off and get things going here.
And Flater's got the ball still, looking for a receiver. He's got one. Oh,
pass interference. He
almost.
pulled his arm. I don't know if it was me, but it sure looked like he got his arm yanked on that one.
It was tough to tell, but since there was no penalty, good defense there by the Falcons to make sure he doesn't get to bring that ball down for a touchdown.
Let's take a look at this replay and see if there was any contact. It looked like they kind of
It was
got
tough to tell.
collided together.
Yeah, he tried to play the ball at least, so it could go either way.
Yeah.
But a nice pass there by Flater. As you can see, he had 4 guys chasing him down there, and he still made a pretty decent throw. And it's nice to see him try and air the ball out here, though. They've had some success besides the interception, of course. But
Well, like Coach Tony Smith said before the game, the offensive line is going to dictate what they do in this football game, if they're going to run more, if they're going to pass more.
looks like they called the pass interference here.
I believe it looks like they did. Yeah, they went down. So
Yeah,
they
first
called
down
it.
for the Chieftains here from the 13-yard line.
Yep, it was a pass interference call, so the Chieftains need to try to capitalize here and get into the end zone. We got penalty
Yeah, it looks
here.
like somebody moved a little too quick there.
I think it might be on Rochester, but I'm not sure. Nope, it's on Chieftains. No.
Ball start on the Chieftains. So they'll move 5 yards back. 1st and 15 for the Chieftains. 6:09 left in the 2nd quarter as the Chieftains trail Rochester 0-14.
One step forward, one step back. Chieftains need to capitalize on this play here.
And McReynolds will check back into the game at running back. It's a nice name for a running back. McReynolds, huh? And here comes quarterback Jack Flater up to the line. 3 wide here. Jakubik in motion. And Flater bootlegs again. He's got a receiver on the sidelines. Throws it a little out of his reach, though. He can't come down with it.
Good play by the Rochester Falcons there. Nice cover on Von Sitwitz.
I like this little bootleg play, though. They're trying to go to these sidelines here. Second and 15 upcoming for the Chieftains here. And here comes Flater back in to call the play for his offense.
2nd and 15. They need to try to get those 5 yards back if they can get back to the line of scrimmage. But they need to score here. They definitely have to convert.
And Flater will look to pass. The receiver over the middle. He's got it. He's got some room on the outside. He might get there. Touchdown, Chieftains. And what a play there. Number 2, Austin Jakubik with the catch. A nice pass by Flater over the middle. And the Chieftains make this a one-possession game again. And this crowd is loving it. They're going crazy. Just a great play there. And make this game closer. As we said, you can't panic just because you're down 2 touchdowns. And they're right back in this game.
And you hear their classmates in the stands cheering their team, their high school team on. And the Chieftains definitely back in this football game, down 14-7 or 14-6. They're looking to kick that field goal.
Looks like, yeah, somebody wasn't aware they were supposed to be out there, but they get out there now. They're good. And here's the Chieftains to add on the extra point.
And it's good.
And it's good. So 14-7 here. 5:58 left in the 2nd quarter.
Nice series for the Chieftains. Jack Flater able to connect on a couple big passes to Austin Jakubik.
Here's that touchdown pass again. Let's see it one more time. Flater over the middle. And a great job by Jakubik here to fight for those extra yards, get to the outside. He picked up a block too there and pick up that Chieftain touchdown.
And Jack Flater did exactly what I thought he would, coming back out after that miscue, that interception, coming back out, taking command of this football team and leading them down the field to get 7.
And now the Chieftain defense has to show up if they can get a stop here, really help this team out. 5:58 left here in the second quarter, so Rochester has plenty of time to put some more points on the board.
Now the Chieftains, they got some momentum back in this football game. Like you just said, defensively, they have to get a big stop. You cannot let Rochester come back down before this half ends and get any type of conversion before the half is over.
Exactly. Keep that momentum, put the defense out there, hopefully get a stop, and keep that momentum going into halftime.
And possibly even get the ball back. There's only 5:58 left. Plenty of time. If they can get a 3 and out here, it'd be perfect for the Chieftains as well.
Here is the Chieftains to kick it off. Goper with the kick upcoming. And here is the kick, returned by Rochester. Looks like he called for a fair catch there. And here comes the Rochester Falcons offense yet again, out there with a 14-7 lead. And they'll take over from what looks like the 29-yard line. Well, the Chieftains' defense has struggled so far. They can make up for it here with a stop. Handoff to Carter for the Falcons, and he's got some room to the outside.
And finally taken down. This guy is something else.
Carton has been having himself a game today. Here it is again, just Chieftains on the middle. He bounces it right to the outside. A nice stiff arm there.
Nice stiff arm. And then Sam Geiper was able to take him down.
Second down here for the Falcons. Another handoff to Carton. A nice defensive play there for the Chieftains. But it looks like the Falcons will pick up the first down anyways.
Looks like Sam Geiper's hurt there. His ankle, trainer taking a look at him.
And that's not good to see. Hopefully he just has a cramp or something, stretch it out a little bit, and he'll be back in this game.
Well, it's easy to do in this humidity as well.
Absolutely. That's a thing, you're used to practicing in cooler weather than this, and all of a sudden it's hot and humid out here. 1st and 10 here for the Falcons. The pitch to the outside to Carton. Doesn't have much where to go. Excuse me, that wasn't Carton. I think that was Vincent Piacentini. We'll go with that. A nice stop there by the Chieftains to make sure he didn't have much room to go.
I should know, us Italians.
I was going to say, I should have let you attack that one for me.
I don't even know if I could pronounce it.
2nd and 10 here for the Falcons from the 41-yard line. 4:22 left here in the second quarter. And here's the handoff to the outside. Demetrius McGee.
Nice hit.
Nice hit there.
Took the legs out, right out from underneath him, and Demetrius McGee goes right down. And did they give him a penalty for that?
Looks like they're talking it over, but
I don't think that should have been a penalty.
Yes, laundry on the field.
That should not have been a penalty. I mean, that was a nice hit. Unless he chop blocked him, he went too low.
See what the ref
He might have
calls
went
here.
too low.
Tough break there for the Chieftains.
Did he go too low? Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know what the problem is there.
Well, I think what they're saying is that he went a little too low to the knee.
Can you go too low to the knee?
I don't know. That's
I
what
mean,
I
that's
think.
the thing. You're not
that's
supposed
his
to.
argument, though. I think. I mean, this is football. I don't know how that's even a penalty, to be honest.
Well, 1st and 10 here for the Falcons. Pass to the outside there.
Is that
completion.
a penalty too?
It might be. A nice pickup there for the Falcons. Number 80, Mike Halsey with the reception.
I mean, I could see protecting some of these high school kids, but that was not a vicious, malicious hit at all.
No, absolutely not. There's nothing wrong with them. That's the thing, you know. They're taking all these hits to the head and everything. It doesn't leave you much room to go. So
yeah.
where are you supposed to tackle somebody nowadays?
Exactly.
2nd and 3 here for the Falcons from the 37-yard line. Here's the handoff up the middle. He's got the first down and more. He's still going. And a nice pickup again there by Tyler Carton.
Stiff arm, and then he puts the shoulder down, gets past another guy, and just keeps going.
And another first down for Rochester. And this Carton kid has been an absolute beast tonight. And here it is again, this run. Goes up the middle and just bounces it out a little bit. That's the thing. He's got great ball carrier vision. He sees the holes. He sees when to bounce it out. Having a lot of success tonight.
The Chieftains just have no answer for him tonight so far.
Looks like Blake Federhoff will check into the game at running back for Rochester. And he'll get it on the pitch. Same play they ran earlier when they scored that one touchdown.
24, and he collided with his own player.
And a nice stop there by the Chieftains.
Fedorov collided with Shadaya as he tried to turn the corner, and they tied up their feet together, and the Chieftains were able to capitalize and get the tackle. Let's take a look at that replay here again.
I just know where to go, trying to use his own blocker, but he got him thrown right back into him and couldn't pick up any yards. And a nice play by the Chieftain defense.
Number 2, Austin Jakubik, who had that touchdown in that last series for the Chieftains.
2nd and 14 here for Rochester. In the shotgun, looking for a receiver. A short pass over the middle. Doesn't look like he picked up much there.
It's going to be 3rd down, so the Chieftains, with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter, then you can get a big stop here.
Looks like Rochester got back to the line of scrimmage there, so 3rd and 10 from the 27-yard line. Here's that pass again.
Great vision, too, by their quarterback as well.
Absolutely.
Kevin Bird.
He saw his receiver wasn't open on the outside, so he checked it down right away to the middle of the field. And looking for a receiver here again. He's got one. But the Chieftains stop him short of that first down. A nice defensive stop there.
Demetrius McGee with the catch. And the Chieftains gobble him up and stop him. And let's see here now what the Rochester Falcons are going to do here. If they're going to go for it, if they're going to try to go for 3.
Looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field.
The 1:10. They might try to run the clock down.
Exactly. If they don't get it here, they figure the Chieftains don't have enough time to do anything offensive. A minute 04 left here in the first half. Not sure
Coach Malig talking things over, asking about a hit that happened a few minutes ago.
4th and 8 here for Rochester from the 25-yard line.
Well, what do we have? Timeout by Rochester? No, Chieftains.
Timeout for the Chieftains. They'll use their last timeout of the half. Talk this one over here, make sure they're ready on defense.
Utica's going to try possibly to get them offsides on this play and run a little bit of well, no, they can't run the clock, but they're going to try to get them offsides without a doubt. Get a penalty on Utica. And we'll see if Utica bites. They have to be patient here. Not try to get any penalties at all. And give Rochester any ample to get a first down here and even get an opportunity to even score.
Now, if I was Rochester, I would think about taking trying for the 3 points here. Why not take a 2-score lead into half?
I think it's more if they want to make sure that there's not a lot of time left on the clock for Utica whatsoever, being 4th and 8.
Absolutely.
But also
that's
trying
true.
to possibly get another TD as well. But I agree with you. I'd go with the field goal as well.
Well, even if they don't convert, it will be a long field for Utica with no timeouts left, of course, too, and not much time left. So it will be tough for Utica to score even if they get the ball back here. Not sure if they'll even try to. So a big 4th down here for the Rochester Falcons. Bird from the shotgun. Oh,
he missed
he gets
him.
away from one defender, throws it up.
Nice.
And a nice stop there by the Chieftains.
Chieftains had everybody covered, and the Chieftains even pressured Bird a little bit there.
Great defensive play there by the Chieftains. And we'll see here if they try to maybe run a little bit of hurry up here and see if they can get down the field and score some points.
Well, one big thing so far in this first half is that the Chieftains were down 22-0 in last year's game at halftime. So
this is a much better spot to be in for
much
sure.
better spot to be in without a doubt.
1st and 10 for the Chieftains from the 25-yard line. 56 seconds left in the first half. Flater looking for a receiver downfield. He's got one open, and he'll pick up the first down. And he gets out of bounds, too.
Sam Goper with the catch. And I like what I see from Flater after, obviously after that interception. A totally different player. Chieftains taking off the chains here. And again, Coach Tony Smith said the offensive line was going to dictate the pace of their offensive style today.
And it looks like Flater's just picking up more and more confidence, kind of like we saw him do at the end of last year and throughout this game so far.
Well, that offensive line's holding, for him. They're giving him time in that pocket to get it, complete those passes.
Looks like it's going to be a 2nd and inches here for the
Nice
Chieftains.
block and another
Nice
throw.
pass to the outside, and he brings it down.
And the Chieftains have no more timeouts, so
They gotta hurry up here. 1st and 10 for the Chieftains from the 42-yard line. 42 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Going to that hurry-up offense. And they had success with that hurry-up offense, too, last season.
4 wide for Flater. He bootlegs right. He's got a receiver on the sidelines. He brings it down and gets right out of bounds to the 45-yard line. This passing game is looking good all of a sudden.
Obviously, Coach Tony Smith looking to try to get some points before this half is over with 32 seconds. A lot of confidence in Jack Flater right now.
Here it is again, the bootleg out the outside. Finds that receiver right by the sideline. Stop that clock right away. Great play. 1st and 10 for the Chieftains from the 46-yard line. 32 seconds left in the second quarter. Flater looking for a receiver again.
Nice
Another
catch,
completion.
but he didn't get out of bounds. He's got to get back up. Hurry up.
Well, at least a first down, so they have to reset those first down markers. 26 seconds left now as the Chieftains trail by a touchdown.
Nice catch again.
7-14.
Again, that offensive line just holding down the fort for the Chieftains.
20 seconds left now. Flater's got a receiver on the outside. He throws it up. Almost comes down with it, but an incomplete pass.
The Chieftains' their pass game has just turned up full throttle.
Well, that'll stop the clock for him with 16 seconds left now. 2nd and 10 from the 30. See this pass one more time. It was a nice try. He at least gave his receiver a chance to get it, but if he didn't get it, it went out of bounds, which it did, so it was fine. Still time to run maybe 3 more plays here even for the Chieftains. 4 wide for Flater. He bootlegs right. Got a receiver on the sidelines.
Oh,
Incomplete pass. He drops it.
So now the question is, with 10 seconds, do you go for another play? Do you kick a field goal? I think this might be out of their field goal kicker's range.
Yeah, 10 seconds here. I think you got to try one more pass. past the first down marker so that if you get it, you have enough time to maybe come up and spike the ball and stop that clock, because the clock, of course, stops while they're resetting the first down markers. And then maybe at that point you can get your field goal unit in there to kick a field goal right before half.
So things have become very interesting in this football game for the Chieftains. I like what I see in the second quarter.
10.5 seconds left, 3rd and 10 here for the Chieftains from the 30-yard line as they trail 7-14. Flater's going to run it and get out of bounds and hopefully put the field goal kicker in range here to add 3 on.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. Coach Tony Smith wanting to get some more points in this football game. Nice play by Flater.
Great play out, absolutely. Just pick up some extra yards, be safe, and make sure you stop the clock. And now the Chieftains with 5.9 seconds left here. Pepper out here to kick the field goal. And it's up.
And it's blocked.
And it's blocked.
And it looks like that's going to end the half.
Tough break there to miss the field goal, but still very in this game, and good things to see by Flater there. Rochester Falcons lead 14-7 over Utica. We'll be right back with more Utica Chieftain football in the second half of this game. Welcome back to the Shelby TV broadcast of Utica Chieftain football. We're about to start the second half here. Rochester has the lead 14-7 over the Chieftains, but a very competitive game so far, and it's been very good.
Yeah, the Chieftains, I mean, Rochester got off to that big start. I mean, you've seen them run the ball right down the Chieftains' throat. Chieftains finally getting some big stops in that second quarter. But most of all, Jack Flater was able to take control of this football game for the Chieftains, able to get this team going again, got 7 on the board, and they almost had a chance to get another 7 to tie this football game at the end of the second quarter, but to no avail. But these fans have waited patiently, their classmates and parents of the players looking to try to root their Chieftains onto a big victory here.
Absolutely, a pretty solid crowd here at Swinehart tonight, and as you said, Flater had a good end of that first half. I think he had a great second quarter, so hopefully he can keep that going. The Rochester offense has been good. They sputtered a little bit at the end of that first half, but running the ball all over the Chieftains They did somewhat have a better answer for it towards the end of the first half, but they're going to have to watch out for that here in the second half. And the Chieftains get ready to kick it off here to the Falcons to start this second half off. Gepper kicks it off deep. Rochester returns it within their own 20. And a nice tackle there. Tackle him down at about the 26-yard line. And we'll see the Rochester offense for the first time in this second half.
Well, Rochester, they started throwing the ball as well after Utica opened up a little bit more. So we'll see if they go back to that same mentality, as they had a lot of success running that football in that first half. Nothing really could stop the freight train of Tyler Carden.
Yeah, Carden was absolutely ridiculous that first half.
Like you said, he was in beast mode.
He was a beast. Bird here in the shotgun. Swing pass to the outside for Rochester. He cuts it back to the middle.
Still
He's
has
cut it
open
back
field.
all the way around to the outside. Still picking up some yards. And he'll get to the 50-yard line. And that's Demetrius McGee for Rochester. A nice pickup by him, using the whole field literally there.
Usually, Adam, you're not able to cross over the field there without getting plowed. And he was able to do it. He took a chance, in my opinion, but he was able to do it. And that's where the Chieftains need to stand pat right there. They need to take him down.
Oh, you're right there. I mean, on a swing pass like that, I've never seen somebody get to the outside and cut it all the way back like that.
Maybe
was
Barry
weird.
Sanders is about
Maybe
it.
that's about it. First and 10 here at the 50-yard line for the Falcons. Bird in the shotgun looking for a receiver.
But again, usually when you
Incomplete pass there.
go across like that, you're taking a gamble of getting your head ripped off.
Absolutely. But it worked out for Demetrius McGee, and there he is again. But this time, incomplete pass.
And quickly, it's a 2nd and 10 on the 50. Chieftains need to get a big stop here. They had that momentum going into this half. You cannot let Rochester just come into the second half and take it right back.
Definitely some momentum going into halftime there. Of course, a little of it killed by that blocked field goal, but still nothing to get too upset about, as they look good on offense there at the end of the first half. Here's Rochester's 2nd and 10 from the 50-yard line. The handoff, and he's got some room.
Again.
Almost picks up that first down, and there he is again, Tyler Carden, picking up yards for the Falcons offense.
Just seems like the Chieftains cannot stop him. He's got some strong legs, as he's able to just put his head down again and just shoulders his way through up the middle.
He's a power running back, but he's got some good speed. And like I said before, that ball carrier vision, so far he's been great at finding holes. And when he doesn't have one, he's been quick to bounce it outside and still pick up some yards. He's just been great here tonight so far. A 3rd and 2 for the Falcons offense at the 42-yard line. Run up the middle here. He'll have it and more. And that's a first down for the Falcons, as Carton picks up about 5 yards on that carry. And if you're Rochester, why do anything else but just keep giving the ball to Carden up the middle there?
Exactly. I mean, we saw a little bit of throwing on the part of Rochester in that second quarter, but again, why go away from Carden?
Blake Federhoff checks into the game for Carden at the running back position. Here's the handoff.
And another big run up the middle.
This
again.
offensive line is just creating holes for this kid. Federhoff there with the nice carry. Second and 4th upcoming for the Chieftains from the 30-yard line.
Well,
For the Falcons, as they have a 14-7 lead.
Well, Rochester's coach, Eric Vernon, that's one of the things he said. He wanted to run the ball down the throat. That was one of his big keys, and we talked to him earlier this afternoon.
Federoff in the backfield gets the handoff here, and he'll be close to that first down marker. Looks like he might be just a little bit short.
So the Chieftains Rochester going right back to that run game
They're going to call that a first down. Sorry to interrupt you there.
That's all right. Rochester going right back to that running game from the get-go in the start of the second half and having a lot of success. And again, why even pass the ball at this point? If the Chieftains can't stop the run, you might as well keep going to it.
Absolutely. Two backs here, Federhoff, the running back.
I got
and a
offsides.
false start there on number 4 for Rochester, it seems. And you see his lineman buddy there having a little talk to him.
Yep, number 78, Kyle Hillstead. He's senior.
And that'll bring them 5 yards back. So a 1st and 15 now for the Falcons from the 31-yard line. 9:38 left in this third quarter. Bird under center here. And the pitch to the outside to Federhoff, and the Chieftains right there ready to take him down, and he does. Number 4 for the Chieftains, Sam Goper, again with the tackle. He's been all over the place, offense and defense tonight.
Yes, he has. Offensively, getting some big passes from Jack Flater. Defensively, right there, getting some big tackles. And again, there's another one right on number 24, Blake Federoff.
And even a good punt for him earlier, too.
Yep.
This kid does everything.
Yep, he's doing it all tonight.
8:53 left in the third quarter. 2nd and 16 for Rochester. Bird in the shotgun for the Falcons.
Nearly picked off, too.
And McGee with the catch. And he looks to pick up some extra yards. He does. And there he goes. Touchdown, Rochester. A big play by McGee again, using the whole field. He cuts it to the outside. And this kid's having himself a pretty good game tonight, too. And Rochester will go up 20-7 on the Chieftains with 8:36 left here in the third quarter.
The Chieftains defense rushed quarterback Kevin Bird, and he still did not hesitate whatsoever. Got the pass over to McGee. Unbelievable.
And here Rochester looks to add the extra point. Looked like a little bit off sides there. Went a little bit too quick there on the outside for the Chieftains. And they called him for it. Otherwise, he might have blocked that. I thought for a second he was going to block that, but it looked to me,
Yeah.
Like, it looked like he jumped a little quick there. And they caught him. So they will look to add this extra point again.
Here's Coach Tony Smith.
He's got to be upset right now. He hoping for a good defensive stand there, and one big play like that, and the game fully changes momentum-wise.
And now we got something. I think it's on the Chieftains again.
We'll see what he calls here, and I believe so too. It looks like it's on the Chieftains. Oh, a false start on the Falcons there, so they'll move 5 yards back, make this extra point a little bit more difficult for them.
And Coach Eric Vernon, you can see him coming off the sidelines.
He's not too, doesn't look like he's too happy.
No, he's not too happy with the call as well.
So we'll see if we can get this extra point up here for a third time. Making this a little bit more challenging.
There's Coach Eric Vernon, Rochester head coach.
They get ready to kick this one again. And it's up. It is good. So Rochester will add on there. 21-7, Rochester lead. 8:36 left here in the third quarter, and this Utica offense has to look to answer right here. Here's that touchdown pass again. McGee gets it over the middle, just breaks it to the outside.
Again, cross it through that middle, but he's having success there. The Chieftains not able to get a stop whatsoever, and they get 7 on that, or 6 on that with the field goal, and that's 21-7. But Chieftains can't panic at all. They can't, they were able to answer finally in that second quarter. They need to go back to the page that brought them back into this football game.
Yes,
get some points here.
their last two possessions on offense have looked very good, of course. They were forced to try the field goal at the end of the half there, and it got blocked, but up until that point was looking very good. They were having some success through the air. Not much success in the run game tonight, which is something that you don't want to see, but at this point, you might have to air it out a little bit. You're down 2 touchdowns. It's been working for you. Stay with it.
Exactly. Offensively, I like what I see. Defensively, they need to get things going for themselves. You never know if it's going to come down to that. Defensive stops.
You need to control the line of scrimmage, and so far, the Chieftains have not at all. A low bouncing kick here to the Chieftains. They'll return it at about the 20-yard line and get down to the 33-yard line, and that's where Jack Flater and the Utica Chieftain offense will come out here, try to put some more points on the board.
Again, I like how they opened up the playbook for Jack Flater in that second quarter. Hopefully they can go back to that same type of scenario and get things going through the air. Also try to mix things up, too, with a little bit of the running game. But again, Rochester's not able to stop the passing game, so it's the other way around for Utica. If they're not going to stop it, go back to it.
1st and 10 for the Chieftains from the 33-yard line. High snap there, and the Chieftains will fall on it, but another miscue there, and you already set yourself up bad. You're by your own end zone. You have a 2nd and long and a long field to go.
High snap. Flater wasn't obviously expecting the high snap. He had to go up for it, went over his head. Take a look at this replay. Gets the snap way too high. You just can't have those type of things. But it's going to happen in high school football. I mean, these are young kids. They just have to hope that they try to correct those mistakes.
And he was lucky enough that Tyler Jakubik was back there to fall on that one for him, or that could have been a little bit dangerous. 2nd and 25 here from the Chieftains from their own 18-yard line. 7:45 left in this 3rd quarter. Flater bootlegs, throws it too far out of bounds. And a 3rd and 25 upcoming. Well, they've been trying that now all night, those bootlegs, and then try to throw it to the sidelines, and for the most part it's been working, but it seems like Rochester's starting to figure those out a little bit.
Well, that's where you got to try to mix things up and get to that running game as well and try to get things going.
Absolutely, they got to get that running game going, but of course when you come out and have a high snap on your first play, you set yourself up for failure, because then you really can't run the ball. So they need to get back to that running game when they get the chance here tonight. 7:40 left in this 3rd quarter. Chieftains trail 7-21. Flater bootlegs.
Face mask,
looking
no
for
call.
A receiver.
Caught.
A nice complete pass there to about the 29-yard line.
And it looked like Rochester got away with a little bit of a face mask with a no call.
Yeah, he let go of it pretty quick, but we could see that he did grab it for at least a second. There's Von Zitwitz with the catch there, but Chieftains still will be forced to punt as it is 4th and 15. So a tough possession there for the Chieftains, as on the first play a high snap sets them back. And now they'll be forced to play defense again.
Nice punt.
Yeah, nice deep punt there by Gepper.
Let it bounce.
And that punt goes down to the 26-yard line, so a nice punt.
Definitely a nice punt. They got them tight into their own zone there, and let's see what Rochester could do. Again, Rochester, they've stopped the running game for the Chieftains. They haven't gone back to it since that first quarter, really. I mean, they had the success with the passing, so the Chieftains defensively have to shut down Rochester's running game, as Rochester has shut down the Chieftains' running game.
Yeah, so far for the Rochester offense, it's been all Carton and all McGee for them so far. McGee with 2 big plays in that last drive, and Carton running the ball down their throats. This Chieftain defense has to show up here. 1st and 10 for the Falcons from the 26-yard line. Bird under center. Here's the handoff. up the middle.
Carden
Just
again.
Nice big hole there for him, and he hits
Nope.
it.
Sorry, it's Pincenti. Vincent Pincenti with the run.
And now Federhoff will check in the game. A nice 3 running backs by committee here for the Falcons. And Bird will go under center again. 2nd and 4 for the Falcon offense. And another handoff up the middle. It looks like he'll be close to that first down marker. It looks like he might have picked it up. The carry by Federhoff there. And that's it at this point. Run some clock, keep running the ball. If you're Rochester, you got a 2-score lead. Chieftains haven't been able to stop that run yet. And they're just going to keep sticking with that run.
Well, they got a 3rd down here. This is a big down. Chieftains need to try to get a big stop and get them at 3 and out.
Yeah, 3rd and inches it seems like here. They're going to measure it, I think. Yes, they are. All right, well, we're going to get a measurement. It looks close, hard to tell, but we'll find out shortly. Here comes the chain gain to...
Let's see what we got here.
I think it's going to be very close. Looks like it might be a little bit... Oh, yeah, that's a 1st down.
Yep.
So 1st down for the Falcons. And that's it, just success in that running game. In fact, they're not even giving the ball to Carden. They're letting him take a little breather now and go into Federhoff and Piacentini.
Piacentini, Pincenti.
Might be Pincentini.
Pincentini.
I don't know.
Well, if his parents are listening, we're not trying to butcher the name on
we're
purpose.
trying. Bird under center again, and he'll hand it off up the middle.
Finally, a nice
stop.
stop.
Tackle there, and that carry was by Carton.
They finally were able to stop him a little bit.
2nd and 10 for the Falcons here. 5:33 left in the 3rd quarter.
All right, you stopped them once, stop them again. Try to contain them. Make Rochester put it in the air.
Absolutely. Shut down that middle. Keep grinding it out. Stop that run game. And Carden with the ball again just finds another big hole, and he just keeps plowing forward. Another Falcons 1st down. I mean, this kid is tough to stop, and this line has opened up holes for him. He's got to have at least 100 yards tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's just been running all over Utica tonight. You take a look at the nice, beautiful night we have and this
It's getting
first
a little foggy out here.
week of high school football. There's that run there by Carden. And he finally gets tripped up by 2 Chieftains.
There's the carry up the middle for not much there. And the Chieftains say they have the ball. It appeared as if he was down.
And refs are saying no.
And they're going to say he was down. It looked as if he was, but it was hard to tell in that pile there what exactly happened. 2nd and 7 upcoming for the Falcons.
Let's see what the Chieftains can do here. Try to get a stop. 2nd and 7, as you said.
It looks like Federhoff is in the backfield as the running back for the Falcons. Bird under center.
Nice.
And Bird will
Contained
keep
him, but
it.
tried to.
And another 1st down, it looks like, for the Falcons, and that's Shane Shadiah.
That was the first throw of this half for Rochester Adams. Rochester Falcons, sorry. But Sam Gipper looks like he's hurt.
Maybe that leg injury that was bothering him earlier is coming back.
They keep are able to rush the QB when he does. Bird when he does get to that out of that pocket, but it can't take him down before he can make a play.
1st and 10 from the 43-yard line for the Falcons. They'll probably go back to the running game here. Federhoff is in the backfield for them, and he gets the carry. He's got some space. A nice little pickup for Federhoff there.
And he's a lot smaller than Carden, but he's able to get the ball and get the yardage, and that just says the pace of this football game, the way it has gone all night long, is the Chieftains have just not been able to stop that running game by Rochester.
Yeah, Rochester has just been up the middle, occasional bounce one outside, but just holes opening up all over, and you got to really give credit to this Rochester offensive line. They've been doing a great job all night, holding blocks, opening up holes for the running backs, and the running backs have done a great job of hitting them. Bird under center, Federhoff in the backfield again. He gets the carry.
And the first down. Oh, maybe not.
It looks like he was close, but not quite enough for that first down.
Might be about 2 yards shy. Three on the carry.
So a 3rd and short upcoming for the Falcons, and if the Chieftains can get a stop here, it would be huge for them to try to get back into this game. Third and 2 for the Falcons from the 35-yard line. 2:25 left. And there's a fumble.
And did the Chieftains
Who comes up with it? Hard to tell.
I think the Falcons got it back.
Yes, they did.
That's 3 times tonight, and the Falcons have been able to recover. Doing what you're supposed to do. I mean, when you see a fumble as a player, you're supposed to fall right on top of the ball, and that's what they've been doing, the Falcons.
2 minutes left here in this third quarter. Falcons holding on to a 21-7 lead. There's the snap again right on the ground, and running back jumps right on it for him. I believe that was Federhoff who jumped on that real quick. Actually, excuse me, it was Jacob White who jumped on that, the fullback. And a 3rd and short, or 4th and short here for the Chieftains. Big stop they need here, and
a flag on the play.
It looks close.
And
it didn't look like they got much penetration there.
Well, you got a flag on the play too, so I don't know if it's an offsides.
We'll let them sort this out and see what exactly happened.
And I think it might be on the Falcons, and it is. So that's pretty big for the Chieftains as well.
Not sure what it's called.
I'm not sure if somebody jumped off sides or what, but it's going to come back.
Well, big there for the Chieftains, as it did appear that he might have picked up that first down. They're gonna come measure this.
They're gonna come measure this, but what is the penalty? I don't know what's going on. What these refs are trying to figure out here.
Well, let's see this one more time. You see there, not much penetration by the quarterback, and it looks like he got taken down pretty straight sideways.
But what was the penalty? Did Rochester jump off sides? Did Utica jump off sides? It looks like clearly it was an offense or a offsides penalty.
Well, they do not get it. And that'll be Utica Chieftain football. Still plenty of time left in this game. 1:30 left in the third quarter as the Chieftain offense led by senior quarterback Jack Flater will come back onto the field here. Down 2 touchdowns.
That is what the Chieftains needed, Adam, to get a stop on that series and avoid Rochester coming down and getting any more points. Chieftains need to try to convert on this drive and try to get back into this football game, down 21-7.
And we might finally see a little bit more of the running game. Obviously, they don't have a ton of time to work with, but still plenty of time in this game. You don't need to shy away from it. So we might see some of that here because they've really shied away from it the last 2 quarters. 1st and 10 for the Chieftains from the 33-yard line. Flitter looking for a receiver down the field. He checks it down, and incomplete pass there over the middle. Intended receiver, Austin Jakubik.
Jakubik was open. That's a pass that he definitely needs to catch.
Some pressure there in Flater's face made that one a little bit tough to get out there. 2nd and 10 for the Chieftains. See that one more time. Looking for a receiver, and then all of a sudden he's got a bunch of Rochester players in his face. Was forced to rush that one a little bit. Flater from the shotgun here. Jakubik in motion, and he's going to bootleg out the outside. Nowhere to really go, and he'll just throw it away, which is the smart move there. Don't try to force anything. And 3rd and 10 upcoming for the Chieftains. $121 left here in the 3rd quarter. Let's see that one more time. Flater bootlegs, looking for a receiver, nobody open, and he's got defenders there. Does the smart thing of just throwing it out of bounds.
Yep, he didn't try to create something that wasn't there. He just was able to just get it out of there. Smart play by Flater, not to cause any more problems for his football team.
Well, this is a crucial play for the Chieftains here on 3rd down. Really need to convert here. 4 wide for Flater. Looking for a receiver. Nowhere to go, and he gets taken down in the backfield. And 4th down upcoming for the Chieftains. Flater just no time to do anything there, and that's rough. So far, the offensive line has been holding up pretty solid on passing plays, but the last couple there, just not much time for Flater to do anything.
Nope, not at all, and Flater, gets rushed there again by number 4, Julian Cataro. But he's not getting enough time at all like he was in that 2nd quarter. So Rochester making the adjustments that they needed to make, and they've come out and put all the stops out, and I believe we have a penalty on Rochester. So the Chieftains, not sure what the penalty is on, and 04. But it looks like it is on Rochester. And the Chieftains are going to keep the football because
Not sure what the penalty is. No signal yet from the referee. I didn't see.
Question is, do you go for it? And I believe the Chieftains are definitely going to go for it.
I think you have to here. You're at least closer to midfield now. It's a short 4th down.
It's 1 yard. One
I think
big
you
yard.
have to.
You got to try to give it to your tight end or your running back, and probably try to give it to McReynolds and try to let him dig inside and run it up the gut.
I'm curious to see if they go with the run game here, try to give it to McReynolds, or maybe try another little bootleg short pass again. Curious to see what they try here, but I have to imagine they're going to try to do punch it up the middle with McReynolds. So a 4th and 1 for the Chieftains on their own 43-yard line. About a minute left here in the 3rd quarter as the Chieftains trail by 2 touchdowns. Rochester leads 21-7, and we're in the last minute here of this quarter now. Flater from the shotgun.
Offsides.
And there's a false start, it looks like, on the Chieftains' left tackle. And it is. And that moves you back, and that's a crucial play right there.
So now they're going to have to punt this ball away when they could have had a chance to try to get that 1st down. So 1 step forward, 1 step back, and just can't have those things happen.
No, you can't. And you see him here, he jumps, just stands straight up, and
the foot.
Bad mistake. Or one more time. You could tell Coach Smith was not happy as he went, you can tell he's a little upset there as he walked out onto the field after that play. Here's the punt, nice punt yet again.
And they're right there, and he's going to have to take a knee.
So here comes the Rochester Falcons offense again from about the 26-yard line. They're protecting that 14-point lead as they lead 21-7. 25 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. And they've had nothing but success with their run game so far here tonight.
Well, Rochester defensively making big adjustments on the Chieftains. and shutting them down. And now they're going to get the football back. And like you said, just been running the ball right down the Chieftains' throat. Let's see now. I mean, the Chieftains were able to get a couple key, big stops that last drive to stop the running game, but they got to try to shut that running game down completely if they can. And I know it's late in this game, but you keep talking about it, keep harping on it, but you got to get those stops.
1st and 10 for the Falcons here. Handoff up the middle, and there's Carton with the carry. Maybe picks up 2 yards there. Looks like somebody's a little shaken up there. Shane Shadea looking a little shaken up. Yeah, he's hurt.
I'm looking to try to get the trainers, and I think the coaches haven't seen him yet. Finally, they do. He's having trouble even getting up.
And Shane Shadea is one of their better players. I've heard a lot about this kid. He's good, and of course, the Shadea brothers there, the twins.
He finally gets up. Being helped off the field by the coach, Eric Vernon.
Oh, Rochester leads 21-7. We'll be right back with more Utica Chieftain football after this. And we're back for the third quarter here. The fourth quarter, excuse me. Here's the first play. Federhoff with the carry, and it looks like he'll pick up the first down.
Another guy the Chieftains can't seem to stop is Federoff, and we got a Chieftain player down. Looks to be shooken up. He's not sure who it is.
McReynolds, that's not good to see.
Looks like it's his foot.
And this would be a huge loss here for the Chieftains. Their starting running back and also their starting linebacker.
Haven't seen him do much tonight, but I mean, we've seen him last season. He was able to run the football a lot and help the Chieftains in some key games, but he's pretty hurt at the moment, not able to get back up right this second. So everybody's taking a knee and seeing what the outcome can be here as Coach Malik talking to his players. Hopefully Andre McReynolds is going to be okay.
Yeah, you never want to see a player go down like that, no matter who it is. Hopefully he'll be all right. See Coach Tony Smith talking over with his team, strategizing, still wants to keep his team in this game.
Yeah, offensively they did really well in that second quarter. They just need to try to defensively try to get that side of the football going. I mean, you gotta get some stops, and sooner or later you gotta shut down that running game, because Rochester has just dictated the pace of this football game since the second half has started.
And when you're running the ball that successful, you eat up a lot of clock, and that's been the problem. When the Chieftains do get the ball, if they don't score, their offense doesn't get to go back on the field for quite a while most of the time. So that's rough. When you let a team control the ball like that the whole game, it's going to put you in a bad position.
And not only that, you burn your defense down a lot, tire the defense out, and that's what Rochester has done. And again, Coach Eric Vernon of Rochester said that was their key. They wanted to run the ball.
All right, well, Rochester leads 21-7 over the Chieftains. We'll be right back with more Utica Chieftain football after this. We're back here in the fourth quarter. Utica Chieftains trail the Rochester Falcons 7-21. Andre McReynolds, the injured player here for the Chieftains, is getting taken off the field.
He can't put any weight on the 1 foot. I'm not sure which one it is, because obviously he's got two of his bigger teammates carrying him. But his classmates definitely clapping for him. He looks like he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah,
I don't even want to
a lot of pain there.
Speculate exactly what is wrong with him. It looks like a leg injury. Hopefully we'll have some information later in the game.
Yeah, you just hope he's going to be all right. But right there, it does look like he's in a lot of pain. 1st and 10 here for the Falcons. Oh, and he's got him deep. He's got it. And there's McGee again with another big play. And what a play by the Falcons. Touchdown. And they will take a 3-touchdown lead to go up 27-7. Unbelievable play there. I mean, what a great trickery play. It was hard to tell that the quarterback still had the ball there, honestly. And
it was a great
perfect
fake. It even
throw.
Faked us out. You know, I thought the running back had it and he was going to get gobbled up the middle. But, yeah, what a perfect throw indeed. And they caught the Chieftains sleeping after, unfortunately, that injury to Andre McReynolds.
Let me see the Rochester faithful there having a good time after that play. I enjoyed that one. Tough play for the Chieftains, though, is, you know, you lose one of your teammates, one of your senior main player teammates at that, and then a big play all of a sudden. You know, that's tough.
Yep.
Rochester adds the extra point, and they will take the 28-7 lead over the Chieftains. 11:42 left in this football game. And let's see this one more time. He's still got it, just throws an absolute laser down the field on the money. What a pass to McGee. And it's been Carton, McGee, Bird all having great games on offense. Still plenty of time here, though. It may be 3 scores, but there is still plenty of time. Keep that passing game going now. You've had some success with it. Still get you score here, you get yourself back in the game at least.
Well, yeah, no, you're right. I mean, they can get back into this football game with a big, you know, with a score, quick score. I mean, they have to come down real quick and try to get things going. But the Chieftains, defensively, they got to be better than that, without a doubt.
And that's McGee, just big plays offensively. That was just unbelievable, and a great pass by Bird. So Rochester will kick the ball back to Utica, and they'll have a little over 11 minutes to work with. Here's the kick, a short kick. Got some room on the return if he can get to the outside here, and he can't.
Caught.
Missed block there and gets tackled down at the 35. His teammate would have held there for an extra second, and to pick that guy up, maybe could have broke it.
Well, the Chieftains need to just, if anything, just try to get things going for themselves. I mean, this is week 1, so you got to take some positives out of this football game. You know, they just got to get back to the basics.
I think it was one of those things, you get down early and then right before half you're forced to pass, you're not getting the ball a lot. They got away from their run game, and I'm sure that's something that Coach Tony Smith isn't really thrilled about, because I know how much, you know, he likes to run the ball. That's a big part of their offense, and didn't really see much of that today. Well, we're seeing this some now.
Nice run.
And a nice pickup there.
It's number 9 for the Chieftains.
Levi Jackson, or excuse me, that was Tyler Jakubik with the carry.
Usually he's going down the field to get some catches, but this time they gave it to him, and he was able to run it up. I mean, obviously, since Andre McReynolds is he's on the sideline injured.
Yeah, you're going to have to look elsewhere for your running back carries. 2nd and 3 here for the Chieftains. 11 minutes left here in this game from the 42-yard line. Flater from the shotgun. Little swing pass there, and a nice block to the 50.
First down, and a flag. A flag for,
Not sure what the penalty was there, but a nice play by the Chieftains to get to the 43-yard line.
It looked like it might be on Dylan Demo.
And there it is again, you know, a big play, and a mistake brings it right back.
Great play, too. I mean, they bought the run, and then he's able to get it to number 2. Austin Jakubik. And then a penalty brings them right back. So it's one step forward and
a lot of steps back
for them, especially tonight for the Chieftains.
2nd and 13 now for the Chieftains from the 32-yard line. 10:36 left in this football game. Chieftains trail 3 scores as Rochester leads 28-7. And there's the pass. Nice little screen pass there to the middle. He's got some blockers. And a nice little pickup there for the Chieftains. Get closer to that first down marker.
That was a big play then for the Chieftains, definitely. I mean, you get right back up close to the line of scrimmage, try to get that first down. Take a look at that replay. Flater rolled back, found his man wide open, got it to him, and number 4, Sam Guyper with the catch and able to get a couple yards after that. So it's a 3rd and 4 and the 42, Adam.
Flater from the shotgun, a low snap, but he gets control of it, a pass for the middle, and that's going to pick up the first down.
Nice ball movement by the Chieftains, opening things up a little bit, catching
Absolutely.
Rochester Falcons.
As you see here, Goper getting a little tired. He's going to come out of this game and see if the Chieftains go to this hurry-up offense. Here's that play again, the low snap, but Flater gets the ball off quick. Picks up that first down, a nice play. 1st and 10 now from the 48-yard line. Flater from the shotgun, 4 wide receivers. A nice little quick pass to the outside. A little bit of room to work with.
Nice blocking, nice
pickup.
movement, and the Chieftains starting to move the football with 9:19 to go, Adam.
Like we said, you score quick here, you're still in this football game. They just got to keep it moving. 2nd and 3 upcoming here for the Chieftains. 9 minutes left in this game. You see McReynolds there on the sideline, getting his leg checked out, getting his leg rubbed down, seeing what's wrong with it. Hopefully he won't be out too long, probably the end of this game, but we'll see moving forward. Flater from the shotgun. And a low snap again. He picks this up and he drops it again. And it looks like Rochester might have come down with that one.
Nope.
All right, Chieftains ball.
Chieftains still has it with, that was a 2nd and 3 to go, and the Chieftains were looking to try to.
Here it is again, drops it, tries to pick it up. And
They were going to run it. You seen number 9, Tyler Jakubik was going to come out there to get the handoff, but it was just a low snap. The Chieftain cheerleaders trying to get their classmates going here, try to will their team to get some points.
a 3rd and 6 now upcoming for the Chieftains from the 48-yard line. 8 minutes left in this game. A big 3rd down here. They can't have any more of these mistakes, these few low snaps here in the last few plays. And Flater looking for a receiver. Almost throws an interception there.
Again, throwing it in the coverage like that, that's going to kill you. And
Aaron Morgan there for the Falcons with the knockdown.
And Jack Flater has been, I want to say, probably perfect since that interception. And, I mean, again, he went back to that trying to force something that's not there. Double coverage, and that's going to kill you. And good thing that they were not able to get it, but it's going to be a 4th and 6, and the Chieftains are going to have to punt it away.
And it's been tough for Flater this game. He's had a lot of pressure in his face, and we know Rochester, they like to blitz a lot, do a lot of different things defensively to get that pressure on, and it's made it tough for Flater.
But he's responded to the pressure. But that time, he forced the issue.
And a nice punt. It takes a great bounce. And a nice punt there. I'd say it's down at about the 2-yard line. And now Rochester Falcons are going to be pinned against their own end zone as they take the field here with 7:39 left in the football game.
Great punting on the part of the Chieftains tonight. I mean, just spectacular. That's been one of the big bright spots for the Chieftains. It
has been, but it's unfortunate
when
you have to, when you punt a few times.
The passing game's been good for the Chieftains. They got to try to put things together. This is going to be a learning process for them, I think. I mean, you got a lot of the players that came back last season. He's got a lot of new guys. They got to stick with it. Just stick with the concept of that Coney wants.
We're seeing a lot of good things. It's just, like we said, limit those turnovers, limit those mistakes. But you're seeing some great plays. If they can limit those, this is a good football team.
Yep.
The first play is a handoff for Rochester. And it looks like that ball's loose.
And the Chieftains got it.
Have it. So Chieftains get the ball here with great field goal or great field position here. And 7:32 left. This game is not over yet.
Nice play by the Chieftains defensively, able to get that ball loose and able to jump on. Let's take a look at this replay. Gets the handoff.
Yeah, Carton there, who's been unstoppable all day, finally makes a mistake and coughs up the ball, and Chieftains get on it quickly.
A costly mistake, you're right. I mean, he's been on fire all game long. The Chieftains have not been able to stop him. But realistically, the last couple downs that Carton has been given the ball, the Chieftains have stopped him.
They have.
Limited him. Now can the Chieftains convert? They have a whole set of downs here.
First and goal from the 8.
For a chance.
First plays a handoff and nowhere to go on that. 7:22 left in the game. Chieftains trailing by 3 scores. Need to put the ball in the end zone on this drive here as they're close. And here's that play again. As soon as he gets the handoff, he has nowhere to go.
Yeah, there was just nothing there at all. I don't care how. The offensive line needs to block a little bit better also, and Rochester was able to just break that those tackles and get up there.
Here is 2nd and goal for the Chieftains. And Flater bootlegs, looks for a receiver. He's got one through the hands, though. And he's going to be kicking himself for that one. But
yeah.
A nice try, a nice throw by Flater. Jakubik almost comes down with it, but not quite. But still 2 more downs to score here. So don't get down on yourself. Keep trying for that end zone.
Perfect throw here. Here's Flater rolling back, fakes the handoff, finds Jakubik in the end zone, and it just goes right through his hands.
It was a little bit high, but still got to come down with that one. But a nice try, make up for it here. You still got 2 more downs.
Yeah, those are the ones he just got to try to go up and go for it. Go up and get that ball. But you're right, it was a little high for the intended receiver.
6:45 here left in the game. Chieftains on the 9-yard line, 3rd down and goal. Down 3 touchdowns they need to score on this drive. Here's Flater with the pitch. He looks like he has some room on the outside. He's still fighting for yards. I believe that was a carry by
Looks like he was
Jakubik
stopped on
there.
the 4-yard line.
Yeah, Tyler Jakubik with the carry there, and at least got it a little bit closer to the end zone.
It looks like they're going to go for the field goal. Ran down to the 7. No, they're gonna go for it. Flater is going to talk to Coach Tony Smith. I thought Flater was coming off the field. Let's take a look at this replay here. Gets the handoff to Jakubik.
Some good blocks, but couldn't quite hold their blocks. And
it looks
nice
like he's
pickup.
down at the 5-yard line. They're going to call it. Nope, 7 to go.
Yeah, they weren't too generous with their spotting of the ball there, but either way.
And they're going to go for it. So this is big here. The Chieftains need to try to convert. At least try to get to the goal line, if anything. See what they called up here.
Flater from the shotgun, 4th and goal. Crucial play here. He throws it low. Has he got it?
And they're going to call this.
He has it. Touchdown, Chieftains. And they're only down 2 scores now with 6:16 left in this game. A nice pass by Flater. It was a little low, but just where his receiver can get it, and he does. And touchdown for the Chieftains.
Sam Geiper with the catch.
And he's been having himself a pretty good game so far. And here are the Chieftains as they look to add on the extra point. And they do. So 28-14, Falcons leading the Chieftains, but 6:16 left in this game. Still some time left. Anything could happen. Well, the Chieftains finally convert. They did have a short field to do it, but regardless, They did convert. And you see McReynolds there. He's at least standing, putting some weight on that leg now.
Well, that's good. Maybe it was just a muscle bruise and contusion, if whatnot. I mean, and we can't really speculate, but at least it's not a break because he is walking around on it, so that's good. Charlie Horse. We will find out definitely what the case is and why McReynolds is on the sidelines. But nevertheless, the Chieftains down 28-14 with 6:16 to go. And here's another thing that I've seen them do in the past a lot. Coach Tony Smith likes to do it if it's close, which is kind of close, is the onside kick.
I'm curious to see if they try the onside kick here. It looks as if
they
will.
They're
setting it up on the side.
Nope, they're not going to do it.
And here comes the kickoff for the Chieftains as the Falcons are ready to receive. And there it is, a pop-up, and they might have a chance to get this one.
Did.
I think they do.
And the Chieftains get it.
They get the ball. Looks like, I think that was Von Zitwitz that came down with it. Oh, excuse me, number 81 for the Chieftains. That is Joseph Smith III. And he does a great job of jumping up there and grabbing that one, and a great job by the kicker there, popping that one up to give his team a chance to get it. And the Chieftains are right back in this football game with 6:16 left to go.
And I gotta say, over the years of covering this football team, that has been very successful for them is the onside kick. I've seen them come back from 4 touchdowns down with the onside kick and get within 7. Unfortunately, to come short, but now the referees are going to converge over this and see if it was legit.
I don't see what could have happened.
But I can't see how it didn't cross over enough.
And you know, this reminds me of the onside kick we saw last year at home where it appeared to go 10 yards and they called it back on him. Tony Smith, I don't even think wants to hear anything right now. He does not want this taken back on him.
And I think they are going to take it back. I think they're taking this back.
I mean, I'm not sure what it is that it could be.
It looks like they are debating it. I can't see how they have a case. The refs. Just saying, Coach Tony Smith is not happy about this call at all.
I think I'm not quite sure, but what I think happened is, did the kid call for a fair catch? And they're saying it was.
Oh, the Chieftains did get it.
Okay. It seemed to me like they were saying he called for a fair catch because it was a pop-up. The ball didn't appear to bounce, which usually on an onside kick it does. And in that case, you can't interfere with him catching the ball. I'm not sure if that's the call, but it seemed like that's what he was arguing, something along those lines.
Now, Coach Eric Vernon is coming out here to have a chat because he doesn't agree with it either, unless they're talking and discussing about where the ball should be down at.
Well, it does.
That could be another big reason, too. Because he was kind of down at the 50.
Yeah, it does appear that they did give them a generous spot on the ball, so I wouldn't be surprised if they took it back a little bit, but it should be Chieftain football regardless.
This is big. I mean, with 6:16, the Chieftains can definitely climb right back into this football game if they could come down quickly and get another score.
Well, a lot of conferences here between the referees as they try to straighten everything out. But either way, it appears it'll be Chieftain football. They are down 2 scores as it is 28-14 with the Rochester Falcons in the lead.
And Coach Eric Vernon, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's pretty animated down there. He does not agree. It looks like he does not agree with the Chieftains getting the football at all. But he's going to go off, and the Chieftains are going to have this football and a chance to get within 1 touchdown of the Rochester Falcons. And it's getting pretty loud here at Barney Swinehart.
1st and 10 for the Chieftains from the 46-yard line. And the crowd is getting pretty excited here. Flater from the shotgun, 4 wide. And he's got a receiver over the middle, and he comes down with it. Down at about the 33-yard line, and that'll be a Chieftain 1st down.
And have the Chieftains got momentum back on their side. We've seen this happen in the 2nd quarter of the last half.
If they can keep this pass game up, there's plenty of time for them to get 2 touchdowns in this game. Flater drops back there, the nice pass over the middle. And he comes down with it for a first down.
Flater even had time to tip the football. Great blocking by the offensive line.
And a great job by, I'm not sure who was in the backfield, it might have been Jakubik, but he did a great job of picking up a block there too to give Flater some more time. 5:50 left here in the game. Flater from the shotgun, 4 wide receivers. He's gonna go to the middle again. He's got a receiver, and he's gonna get down to the 19-yard line. And this Chieftains offense is firing now.
And they're on that hurry-up offense. Coach Tony Smith talking to Jack Flater, getting them back out there, giving them some instructions. Here's the play right here. Flater getting a nice pass over right up the middle. And Jakubik was able to get a couple more yardage out of there because of the movement on himself to break the defense a little bit.
First down for the Chieftains. Another low snap. Flater does get on it, though, and be taken down for a big loss. And there it is again. You're getting momentum. You're having great plays. You're putting a great drive together. And then a low snap just takes you back and puts you in a second and long position. And it just really hurts every time.
And the thing that's mind-boggling is, take a look at that snap
I mean,
again.
that snap's not even close.
Well, the thing that's mind-boggling is, since that first time, and I mean, we can't, I mean, obviously we didn't have the cameras on the sidelines. They were practicing that on the sidelines, snapping the football during the last series, during the last couple series when the defense has been out there for the Chieftains. So, I mean, they've been practicing that during this football game. So it's just one of those things that has just happened.
Another pass to the outside, and he's got a receiver.
And now they're going to work the sidelines. Smart move by the Chieftains right there to get it to number 4, Sam Kuiper.
A nice recovery there to get some yards back, but it's got to be in the back of Flater's mind too now at this point of, am I going to get this snap? It's something you got to worry about, which you shouldn't have to, but still recovers there, picks up some yards, gets almost back to where they were actually.
Well, you got to block that out now. You can't let you even think about that. You got to talk to your center, tell him, try to snap the football the correct way, get it to me, and we can try to, get back in this football game. There's plenty of time.
4:36 left here. Third down for the Chieftains, looking for a receiver. A little too high, and the interception. And he brings it down. And there it is, the Rochester Falcons come up with another interception. Another tip pass. I mean, that's the thing. 2 interceptions for Flater now.
Tipped by his own guy.
Tipped by his own guy.
He was trying to go up and try to get the ball from Flater. Great play by Flater. I mean, let's take a look at this play. Gets the snap, rolls back, finds his man that he wants to go to, and it was just tipped.
He did overthrow him, though. It was high. He missed his receiver, but a nice try there, and it is still unfortunate. It gets tipped up, but Rochester will come out here, I'm sure, and try to run the ball as much as they can and run as much clock as they can. Tough break there for the Chieftains.
Well, again, this is week 1, and the Chieftains just need to keep building off of the positives that were in this football game.
Absolutely. There are some good positives to take from this game. There's a handoff up the middle to Federhoff for the Falcons. Some positives to take from this game, just limiting the mistakes. And that's the thing. This is a first-year center. This is first time, starting at center. It's going to take them a little bit of time. Of course, I'm sure they're going to be working on snaps a lot this week.
Well, that's the crazy thing. I mean, I know they're young kids. They're going to make mistakes. But they were working on those snaps, on the sidelines during a lot of the defensive sets for the Chieftains. So it's just one of those things. I mean, I guess you just got to address it in practice and go right back at it, obviously, the next game.
Falcons lead this one 28-14 over the Chieftains. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and a 2nd and 7 upcoming for the Falcons from the 23-yard line. I'm sure they'll come out and run the ball again here.
Yeah, that's been, I mean, they've had so much success in this whole football game, and that's another thing. I mean, obviously the defense is just, there's a lot, there's 4 new players again, 4 new guys on the offensive line, 8 new guys on the defensive side. It's gonna be some growing pains here and there. They got a lot of guys that came back from last year, so
No
defensively
doubt.
they got to do better on the rush. the running backs on the other team. I mean, you just cannot let them dictate the pace of this football game and just run all over you.
And here are the Falcons on second down. And here's the run up the middle. Still pushing forward. Federhoff there on the carry. And he'll pick up about 4 yards on that one. 4:05 left here in the fourth quarter.
It looks like they've taken out the big man, Tyler Carden, who had the big night tonight for them.
Yes, he did. He had a great game. Running the ball, at points it was like he was getting 10 yards every time he touched the ball. And that, as a running back, is absolutely phenomenal. You can't complain about that. So they're going to let Federhoff get some carries here. And he's also been solid in this game, too. Anytime he's came in to relieve Carden, he's got some good carries and picked up some yards. And here's the Falcons on third down with the 3 backs. A pitch to the outside to Federhoff. And it does look like he will be short of the first down. So at least the Chieftains make the Falcons punt here.
Well, you don't quit in any football game, so you're not going to see that, especially from a team coached by Tony Smith. He doesn't allow that to happen at all. You can see that, in his coaching and in his play. But so you're going to see the Chieftains try to come down here, at least try to get some more points.
Absolutely. Keep trying to score as many points as you can. You've got to finish the game. And really, I've seen crazier things happen. Only down 2 scores here, still 3:20 left. And the way that they're onside kicks, if they can keep, if they can have a chance to get an onside kick, anything could happen here. So still a little bit of time left in this football game.
Like I said, a couple of years back, about 3 years ago against Grosse Pointe, they were down 4 scores, and they came back and got within 1 with the onside kicks. So, I mean, yeah, crazier things have happened.
3:20 left. Falcons with the lead, 28-14 over the Chieftains. And it will be 4th and 2 upcoming as the Falcons will punt it to the Chieftains.
So here we go.
Here comes the punt from the Falcons. Almost got to it for the block. It's a short punt. It doesn't look like a return as it'll bounce out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. So here comes Jack Flater and the Chieftain offense yet again. With 3:15 left in this football game, down 2 scores. Here's that punt again, some pressure on it. Not really great foot on it, but still a decent punt as it bounces out of bounds. First and 10 for the Chieftains from the 42-yard line. Flater from the shotgun. He's got 4 wide receivers.
What do we have here now? Oh, here we go.
Flater looking for a receiver. He might try to take it himself, and he will. And he's got enough for the first down as he gets to the 45-yard line.
And
but
a flag
I see a flag
on the play.
Not sure what that call is.
Nice play.
There's
Jack
play
didn't have anything, so he just tucks the ball in. Has open field, and Rochester obviously not expecting that at all. That was the first time this night. And a penalty on the Falcons. So that's big.
Oh. Come on, ref.
Sending penalties.
All right, so Chieftains with a first down here. And it'll be like that play never happened.
It's been the story of the night here for the Chieftains. Just making big plays, and then it comes right back.
So the Chieftains will do it again. 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. 3:02 left in this football game. Flater looking for a receiver down the field. He's got one around the sidelines, and he'll pick up the first down.
That's the big thing that I've seen all night is that they've been working the sidelines and they get down there when they need it and get out.
Mitchell von Zitwitz there with the reception.
If I'm not mistaken, too, the Chieftains have 2 timeouts left as well.
And you're right, they've been working that sideline all game, which has been really good for them, and using Flater on bootlegs a lot to get it there. Here's Flater again. Doesn't have much to go, but he might still be on the line of scrimmage. And that's a sack there.
Went to the well too many times on that one. He should have possibly just threw it away. Now he lost a yard on it. Couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage. He didn't have anything, and I like that he's ad-libbing, and he's got the freedom to do that, but just nothing there at all.
Oh, we know Flater is capable of making a play with his feet, but nowhere to go there. Is 2nd and 11 for the Chieftains. He'll bootleg out to the left now. Incomplete pass there as a pass to the sidelines. 3rd and 11 upcoming. And there's McGee. We've seen him make some big plays on offense tonight. Making some plays on defense too. And we can reminisce for a second that great fake earlier on that deep ball that McGee brought down. That was a great play. Here's Flater again.
90-yard touchdown pass that he had.
It was amazing.
That was the drive, basically, that possibly sealed the deal on this football game.
Very true. 3rd and 11 for the Chieftains from the 45-yard line. 2:08 left in this game as the Chieftains trail 14-28 to the Rochester Falcons. Flater from the shotgun. Doesn't have anywhere to go and just gets taken down for another big loss. And at this point, Flater's just, there's not much he can do, really.
No, offensive line couldn't hold their guys there and hold the Rochester Adams defensive tackles back, and he just did not have anything. And he just gets gobbled up. And
yeah, at that point, you just tuck it and take it because nothing you could do there.
So the Chieftains are going to have to punt this ball away, and that looks like that's going to do it tonight with 1:30 to go.
Flater's coming out here to try to pick up this 4th and 22. Why not?
I guess, what do they have to lose at this point? I mean, obviously, like we've been saying, it's week 1, so.
Flater from the shotgun, 4 wide, nowhere to really go again, and just gets taken down again. Flater running for his life back there, and there is Shane Shadiah taking him down. And that'll be Falcons football. 1:07 left in the football game. Chieftains will turn the ball over to the Falcons.
Yeah, nothing there at all. Rochester just closing things down here tonight, saying that's it.
And that's tough for Flater there. Just nothing he can do.
Really?
Hey, man, these kids are pumped.
I know they're pumped. I know they're pumped, but you don't need to go all Ray Lewis.
So here come the Falcons to run out the clock with a 2-touchdown lead over the Chieftains. And it appears they'll go down into the victory formation and take a knee here.
Well, Adam, as we said, I mean, this is week 1. They're going to bring in Port Huron next week, right here, next Friday. But, you know, obviously that's after Labor Day weekend. But a lot of big things, I think, came out of this football game. A lot of positives. I mean, last year you had the penalties. Last year they had a lot of the penalties, and you've seen the mistake after mistake after mistakes. But they corrected those mistakes, but then they still had their mistakes. If they could keep those mistakes and those penalties down to a limit, they have a chance to win these football games.
Absolutely. Honestly, I'm seeing more talent on the field this year. I'm seeing some things really come together. It's just limiting those mistakes. And it is week 1. You work through it. You know, go back to the drawing board, work on some things in practice. You see what you got out there. and you just keep working on things. It is a young team. You do have some returning players, of course, but you just keep working on it. So take the positives out. Rochester does win this one, 28-14 over the Utica Chieftains. Thanks for joining us for the Shelby TV broadcast of Utica Chieftain football. For Mike Ventimiglia, I'm Adam Zellick. Join us next week as Utica takes on Port Huron right here back at Swinehart Field. Thank you for watching.